All right, thank you all for coming to Jada Toys' first ever Comic-Con panel. We're very excited to have you all here with us. I'm Brian. I am our Senior Marketing Manager at Jada. I manage our Next Level website, and I'm also in-house photographer. Joining me today are Darryl Li, Director of Brand Management. And Juhn Lim, our VP of Product Development. We have an exciting presentation for you guys today. It's going to be packed with exciting reveals and behind the scenes insights and surprises along the way. Towards the end, we'll also be having a Q&A, so feel free to come up with any questions you guys might have. We'll also be giving away, courtesy of our friends at Entertainment Earth, $150 gift cards. So we're going to choose the best questions, and you could win one of these. So yeah, let's get started. Let's dive right in. Darryl.
How's it going, everyone? Good to be here. How are we all doing today? Feeling good? So as Brian mentioned, our first ever panel, we're super excited to be here. My name is Darryl, and I'm excited to kick things off with you guys here. Just show of hands, how many in this room are here for action figures? There, yeah, I figured, all right. So, you know, like when you go to a concert or a comedy show for the main headliner, and then there's always like the opening act that kind of gets everybody excited? That's me today. But it's all good, because I'm super excited and I'm super happy to be here. So, jumping right in and kicking things off, there's a lot of stuff on the screen, but the main takeaway here is that at Jada, we're proud to be the #1 name in both licensed entertainment, die-cast vehicles, and radio control vehicles. I'm not gonna give you guys a sales pitch as to who we are and what we do. We're here to geek out together, so moving on. Starting with a little flex, here's a look at some of the entertainment partners that we work with. If it's action-packed, if there's superheroes, or even if there's cool intro music, we probably have it in car culture. And so from brands like Fast and Furious to Jurassic Park, Transformers to Batman, and hell, even food mascots, Jada lives at the heart of pop culture. And it wouldn't be Jada without the real deal, so here is a quick look at our vehicle partners who help us bring some of that authenticity to life. And at Jada, we're not just collectibles, we're truly a vibe. Here's a quick snapshot at some of the best fan moments, custom setups, and social images that truly represents who we are and how we interact within that pop culture fandom. Pretty cool stuff. There you go. And then moving on into some of our newest releases, a fresh selection of vehicles from our entertainment line with something for every fandom. A brand that really needs no introduction, right? Fast and Furious. So next year actually is going to be their 25th anniversary. Can you guys believe that? It's been around for 25 years. So with that said, we're planning some exclusive anniversary releases and even new brands within the lineup, so stay tuned because we have a lot of exciting announcements for this brand coming up. And then shifting into something a little bit more premium, our True Spec line, which some of you may or may not have heard of. But it's our top tier collectible vehicle range. It comes with feature-rich details, full deco, and collector packaging. Starting, of course, with none other than Dom's 118 Fast and Furious Dodge Charger. It has all the details. It's mean, it's aggressive, it's beautiful. And some of the details include a working butterfly valve in the blower. Its headlights actually are concealed, but they will reveal as well. We have some trunk detail with 2 NOS bottles and some interior detail with a fire extinguisher and so much more. This one, I'm really excited about. That's right, who said family? There you go, like that. Next, yeah. We got the Jurassic Park Jeep Wrangler. I mean, what an icon that brings back so much nostalgia. Ford Explorer, I'm sorry. But an icon nonetheless, right? This one is packed with details, and if you're a Jurassic Park nerd, this one's gonna do it for you. I'm excited for you guys to see this up close because it's really stunning. And finally, we got Kit from Knight Rider, because nothing says 80s tech flex like a 118 die cast that has light up features, because why not? Makes it pretty cool. And now for something pretty fun. Our Pink Slips line is a nice mix of what we would consider pop culture with car culture. Fun fact, this is our first ever IP that has a collaboration between Jada Core Diecast as well as entertainment vehicles. So each vehicle will have a co-branded package with the relevant entertainment license, and they're actually limited edition. What makes them unique is they're actually finished in a bright candy pink paint. So for example, these are the 3 vehicles that we've released to date. They're pretty fun, right? So we have the classic TV series Batmobile. We have Suki's Honda S2000 from Too Fast, Too Furious. And then we have the Ghostbusters Ecto-1. Not a bad lineup. These are scheduled to release every 4 waves, so it keeps the diecast hunt pretty exciting. Yeah. I'm liking the reaction so far. It shows excitement. Our next release is gonna be the 1989 Batmobile. Yes, it's pink. Yes, it's pretty awesome. You guys probably didn't know you needed it up until now. Hopefully, right? Can you guys guess what the next release is gonna be after this? It's a pop culture property. Probably a lot of fandom here. Yeah, so following the Batmobile, we have the Back to the Future time machine, because if you're gonna build a time machine, you gotta do it with some Jada style, right? So pretty self-explanatory. It's featured in a candy pink finish. It has pink lights, actually, so pretty cool. And speaking of Back to the Future, I don't know if you guys had a chance to visit our booth just yet, but if you did, you would have caught this, which is going to be our 2025 exclusive. It's none other than a 124 diecast chrome time machine. And if you guys haven't seen this in person yet, highly, highly recommend that you visit our booth 4145, shameless plug. Check it out in person. It's really stunning. Comes in cool packaging, and of course, still has the light up feature, all of that good stuff. So with all of that said, we're just scratching the surface, and here's a quick look at some of the upcoming brands that we are gonna be infusing within vehicles. You guys might recognize a few of those logos out there. So a lot of exciting things coming soon you're not gonna wanna miss. But to wrap things up here on the vehicle side, because I know we're just itching to get into the action figure side of things, we couldn't show up empty-handed as far as the vehicles are concerned. So I did bring with me a small teaser. This is gonna be a Comic-Con exclusive first look. I can't directly say what it is, but I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to put 2 and 2 together. So enjoy. Stuff, right? I had to leave it off with something for you guys. But that wraps it up for vehicles. So thank you guys so much for listening to me talk for about 5 minutes. Now we'll get into something that the majority is here for.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for coming to our first ever panel. We prepared a bunch of new figures for you guys, so we'll just get right into it. So starting with the food mascots, we have the Pebble cereal. We showed this off last year at New York. So we have Fred Flintstone and Barney Rubble. So what's cool about this release is it's gonna have all the parts and pieces to make them Pebble cereal specific, but it has enough alternate pieces so it could just be a standalone like Flintstones figure. So there's like a dual display option with that. We're in tooling with this, so we should have pre-orders going up later this year. We have more food mascots in the works. We don't have anything for San Diego, but stay tuned for the future. Next, we have Frosty the Snowman. We teased this last Christmas, and we showed it off at WonderCon earlier this year, and it's in our booth right now. So here's a look at Frosty. So he's a cool deluxe figure. If you saw him in person, he's larger than life. He comes with a lot of cool accessories and options. He has an alternate head, which is his like inanimate face. But in the movie, once he puts the hat on, he comes to life. So you have both options. It comes with multiple hands, accessories, and hocus pocus accessories. So it's kind of a two-pack. So this kind of release is very time specific. If we don't release it during the Christmas window, we kind of lose it. And we had some shipping challenges this year, as you guys know. So we were able to partner with Big Bad to make it happen for this year. So in a way, we kind of got together and saved Christmas with this one. So pre-order should be going up sometime after Comic-Con, and it should be in your guys' hands before Christmas this year.
Thank you.
Next, we have Scooby-Doo. So this line is super exciting for us. It's cartoony, fun characters with a spooky like feeling to them. Wave 1 is in production and should be shipping soon. There are some early reviews out there, so check that out. And in the display right now, we have Scooby-Doo. So each wave has one main cast member anchoring the wave, and it comes with 2 monsters. So Scooby-Doo will be the anchor for wave 2. So this one we took more time with just because it's a unique body type, because it has like 4 legs. So we went through a couple revisions on the prototypes to make sure the articulation was right. So what's cool about him is he can get into really dynamic poses, and he can also get into a properly sitting down pose. So the back leg, the knee bends all the way into the hind quarter, and then that whole thing can tuck under the body. So in articulation in plastic, this is probably the closest you'll get to a dog properly sitting down. So this is going to be super fun, so stay tuned for Wave 2. They should be coming out sometime early next year. And yesterday we put in Sea Demon in the display. He's kind of like a creature from the Black Lagoon type of character. His articulation is really fun. He has articulation in his jaws, which is something new for us. But we still have one more monster to reveal. You guys want to see it?
Yeah.
So we have Spooky Space Kook. He's more of an iconic Scooby villain. So we're excited to bring him to plastic form. He came out really awesome. He has a dome that comes off, and the head and neck articulation is underneath. He has an articulated jaw. And what's cool is he kind of has like a unique upper body. It's really bulbous, but we have articulation in the torso so he can move, although it looks seamless when he's in neutral. And he's gonna have some butterflies that are hidden. So in neutral, you can't tell, but they're gonna be able to move forward so you can get his arms in front of him. So we'll put him in the display after our panel, and that's Wave 2. And here's kind of a snapshot of the anchor for each wave. I mean, for me personally, I think working on the monsters is more fun, but I do know a lot of collectors want the main cast. So just for the panel, we're gonna show you a sneak peek of the main cast member in Wave 3. Daphne. So what you see on the screen is a color rendering of the finalized 3D, all the articulations integrated. So her, along with the 2 monsters, will be going to prototyping soon, so stay tuned for a later date for the full reveal. So we're already halfway finished with the cast members, so hope you guys are excited. Next, we have Cyberpunk. So Wave 1 of Cyberpunk released earlier this year in David and Lucy, so I hope you guys have that. And last year we kind of showed off Wave 2, which was Maine and Rebecca. We kind of revisited these figures to make them better, so it's taken a little bit longer, but I think it'll be worth the wait. So we've updated and improved articulation on it and sculpting and likeness on it. So we won't show the full loadout for each figure, but just some quick highlights for it. So this is Maine, and he'll also have an arm extension piece, same as David. And he's gonna come with 3 faceplates. So he's gonna have like a neutral one, a more angry one, and then more of like it's hard to see on the screen, but it's like a bloody, like psychotic face expression. And next we have Rebecca. She's a fan favorite, so we wanna make sure we do her justice. So she's a much smaller character, but we loaded her out. So she's gonna come with a lot of parts and pieces, so there's gonna be a lot of options for her. So this is kind of her with her jacket on. She has 2 pistols. She'll also come with a shotgun and a rifle. But if you take the jacket off, you have a secondary option display for her. So there'll be multiple regular human hand options and multiple robot hand options. So you can mix and match. And you can kind of see like the pigtails are interchangeable. So you'll have a set of neutral ones and more action. So you could kind of, so there's a lot of variety and options with her. And here's kind of a look at the faceplates that she comes with. So she'll have more of a neutral, a smiling, and then the bottom 2 are more like expressive angry faces. So hope they're awesome when you guys get them. These will also be launched around the first half of next year. So here's kind of a snapshot of the figures. So what's cool about this wave is you have the biggest figure and the smallest figure, so there's like a good variety of character. But actually, Maine isn't the biggest figure in our Cyberpunk lineup. It's actually Adam Smashball. So this figure is awesome. He's the biggest figure we've ever done. He's even bigger than T-Hawk. So what's cool about him is he's a fully robotic body. So it gives us a chance to experiment and try different articulation that works more with robotic joints and whatnot. So he's gonna have slide out hidden panels that come out to compensate for the clearance. So it's gonna be in the hips and the shoulders. They're gonna have hidden panels that kind of come out. So we're super excited about him. And once you guys see it in our display later, you'll get a sense of the scale. Yeah. Next, we have Mega Man. So Wave 1 and Wave 2 are already out in the market. Wave 3 we put out on pre-order earlier this year. It's currently in production, should be shipping and in your hands by this fall. Wave 3 was Bubble Man, Woodman, and Unmasked Mega Man. And in the display, we also have final tooled samples of Wave 4. So that's Proto Man, Snake Man, and a color variant of Mega Man. So yesterday we debuted Bomb Man and Guts Man. So for Wave 5, we kind of went backwards and retraced the steps of Game 1. So we've officially just completed Game 1 Robot Masters. So super excited about that. If you guys are familiar with the way we do our waves, we have 2 Robot Masters and 1 variant of Mega Man. But I felt like maybe for Wave 5, we do something more exciting for the 3rd character. So instead of Mega Man, we decided to do Rush. So what's cool about him is he's fully articulated. You know, we kind of, worked on Scooby, so we're already on our 2nd dog action figure. So fully articulated, we try to incorporate articulation wherever we can. So, every leg, the body, like tail, ears, tongue, everything. And he's gonna come with new head sculpts for Mega Man and new hands, so that can be compatible with your existing Mega Man. So you could have a lot of cool display options. So this is Mega Man holding a bone, and they're both in scale with each other. So what's cool about Rush is in the game, he has a lot of different looks and transformations. So he's also going to come with accessories to do his Rush coil look. And so it's two separate ones, purpose built for the bottom and the top extension. And also, he also kind of transforms into like a jet, but we weren't able to figure out how to make this body transform, so we weren't able to include that. But instead, we just added a secondary body altogether. So it comes with two different bodies, two different heads, and different accessories, so it's kind of like a two-pack of Rush. He's going to come with a flight stand, and the Mega Man will be properly scaled so he could be displayed on top of him. So that's what we have for Mega Man. Next we have Street Fighter. So last year we showed off the full Ultra Street Fighter 2 roster in our display. So this past year was all about, like following up and chipping away at the full roster. So we're almost at the finish line right now. So the next three that are gonna be releasing is Akuma, Balrog, and E Honda. So these are all completed and tooled. We're just making some small last minute tweaks to make sure it's right before we ship it out. So expect these three next. And then the final two will be Zangief and T-Hawk. So these two are currently in tooling right now, so it should be shipping out early 2026. And so that's the full Street Fighter 2 roster. And we also do fun player 2s and deluxes. We have 2 deluxes for sale here at Comic-Con, but we also just do standard releases with a repaint. We have a couple coming out this fall, but we'll share one of them with you here on the panel. So we have Player 2 Cammy. I know she's a fan favorite, and I think this color scheme works really well for her. She has like a blue, silvery, metallic finish to her outfit, and she has pink accents, so it's pretty cool. And this one will be an Entertainment Earth exclusive, so watch out for this one later this fall. So that kind of concludes our Street Fighter 2 line. I know there's a lot of questions now, like what's Jada gonna do after Street Fighter 2? Yeah, there's a lot of great options in the market now. The competition is getting really strong for Street Fighter. So we'll just show you kind of like a snapshot of where we are and where we're going. So in 2023, we debuted the 1.0 Ryu body. Like at the time, this was like the best version of the character that we're capable of doing. But we've been working on a lot of figures this past couple of years and like learning and having a lot of experience. So starting in 2026, we're gonna be debuting a 2.0 Ryu body, and we're gonna be doing it with the Alpha series. So this figure is completely redone from the ground up. There's nothing that we're reusing as far as like sculpting or even engineering. So as far as like sculpting, we're gonna really hone in on the art style of Alpha. And for the articulation, we're really updating it and really making it not only look good, but feel good in hand too. So that's gonna be the focus for us for 2026 and beyond. Yeah, so we brought the full wave to Comic-Con. So after the display, we'll have Ryu in there today, and we'll have a new one on Friday and a new one on Saturday. So stay tuned for those. And that's it. Thank you guys for coming out.
Hold on. I think you forgot something, Juhn.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been talking a lot. You guys want to leave, right? No? All right. We have one more thing, actually. So, in case you haven't heard, we do have 112 action figure rights too. So, we're super excited about this one. So, we've done like video game figures, like cartoon characters, like classic characters, but we've never done like true superhero characters. And especially like classic comic book inspired superhero designs. They're very simple, they have like very defined and iconic color breaks. And I always always felt like those type of designs translate best to articulated figures. So we're super excited to get our chance to try that with Invincible. So you guys want to see what the characters look like? Who do we have first? Yeah, so here's Conquest. He was like at the climax of season 3. He's big, he's imposing, he looks awesome. So what's cool about this figure is he has a robotic arm. So we wanted to make sure that the way the arm bends on the robotic arm follows the mechanics of what the design is. So what's cool about him is he's gonna kind of have like asymmetrical arm articulation. So it's a subtle thing, but hopefully in hand you guys will really appreciate the extra mile of that. Yeah, and then there's no Invincible line without the title character, obviously. So next we have Invincible. So for Invincible, we kind of went with the season 3 look. There's been some characters, figures out there in the past couple of years that went with the classic look. So we decided for this one, when we launch, let's go with a different look. We could always revisit the classic look with a new like leg tooling. So, and you know, he's like a pretty blank body. So it really shows off all the new articulation engineering we're gonna be applying to all of our figures in 2026 and beyond. And he's kind of gonna be the blueprint for all the figures in the Invincible line. And we have one more figure, and let's see who it is. Yeah, so we have Kid Omni-Man. This figure is awesome just because he has all the articulation from the larger scale figures, but it's compacted into a smaller package. So in hand, like the playability and fun factor is gonna be much more than a standard size figure. So I think that this figure will kind of be like a sleeper hit of the wave. So that's our wave 1 lineup. We're already starting wave 2 and 3. So we're fully committed to continue this line as well. And we'll have these in our display after the panel. And that's really the end.
All right, what do you guys think? All right, so we're gonna open up the Q&A portion of the panel right now. So if you wanna ask a question, feel free to line up right down the middle. Reminder, we are gonna give away 2 Entertainment Earth gift cards to the questions that we like the most. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, there's, are you on?
Is that on? I mean, we can hear you, go ahead.
My question was just for the movie that's coming out, is there any chance you guys might be able to get the license for the toys?
Which movie are you referring
The
to?
Street Fighter movie? Sorry.
Yeah, we won't be, just because of timing. It's coming out in less than a year in our...
Do you guys know who has that license?
I don't know. We don't.
Just for a lot of people, Jada is known for their diecast vehicles, and I remember a couple years ago when you guys did Street Fighter and you introduced them, you guys became a really big player in a relatively short period of time. And I feel like you guys came as an action figure company like fully formed. Not a lot of notes, like just everything is firing on the right cylinders. And I just wanted to know, how did you know, or what was your influence? Like, was it just being a fan of the stuff that came before, and when it was your turn, you knew what to do? Or did you get the right talent on it, somewhere in between? Did you get any influence from your vehicles that you brought to your action figure engineering? It's just amazing to me to see you guys just nail it right out of the gate. And I'm very glad you stuck with doing Alpha for Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Don't let anyone take your spoke. I love that you did that. But I'm just kind of curious, like, how did you guys know so well?
It was, how did you get into action figures so quickly, and how did we get established? And the answer is kind of like a little bit of both. We have fans in the team, and we have a lot of experience. So it was just a matter of time. So like for me personally, I was like waiting for that moment. So like we just like capitalized on it.
Seriously, thank you.
To add on to that really quickly too, I think it's a nice span for our entire company, because not only do we have the vehicle side of things, but the action figure side of things, and both respective teams have a passion for what they do and what they're really into. So for example, like June's super into the action figure stuff, right? And then for us on vehicles, we're super passionate about cars. So I think that translates at the end of the day to the product that we're making, and so far very well received, and I hope that you guys can see that too.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, since you guys are known for,
Oh, sorry. So yeah, we like that question. So you would one of the entertainment nerd wishes gift cards. There you go.
so you guys known for cars and action figures. You ever try to combine them both in Street Fighter, like sort of a breakaway car?
It's possible. I mean, the obvious thing besides Street Fighter is Scooby-Doo.
Yeah.
So hopefully we
Mystery
might have a
Machine,
chance to combine the figures and vehicles in one sale. So we'll see.
It's a lot of synergy for sure
Yeah,
between
for
the
sure.
two. Yeah.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Hi. So, I have to prepare myself for the question, but first of all, I just want to say, among the Mega Man fans, really, thank you. That really means a lot to us. You know, with the lack of video games, you guys have really brought it to us, and it really reignites that passion that we've been having for years. And so, my question is, so how do you balance modern collector expectations while preserving the feel of the original designs that made them iconic in the first place?
Well, like nostalgia is really important in collecting, so we want to preserve that, but we want to make sure the engineering and the quality is up to modern standards. So it's always a balance between those two things.
I also wanted to point out, I've been at the show floor and I noticed the detail that it comes to not only the figures but also the way you guys present them. Like, I love how like the trash cans you got in there, like all have labels and everything, and you know the weathering of everything. It just seems something that is not like present from what I've seen in other places. It just really shows that passion, and being able to see like characters that I've never had the opportunity to like get before, like that really means a lot. So again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just had a few questions, if that's okay. For one, I saw with the cars, there were like a lot of brand connections. Do you think any of those could develop into more action figures down the road?
It's possible, like for example, like Scooby, we do diecast and also action figures, but it really depends on what rights are available to us. So sometimes it's both, sometimes it's just one or the other.
Yeah. The next one, with Edge Runners Season 2 coming up, do you think you guys are going to be doing anything with that? Or are you going to keep going with the Edge Runners line?
Yeah, hopefully. So once we get some looks and the characters, we might develop on that too.
And then lastly, are you guys planning on doing any like backtracking for Invincible? Because I mean, obviously Season 3 was really great, but you know, there's also a lot of really cool stuff in the last few seasons. So are you guys planning on like going back to that?
Yeah, I mean, our rights are the whole franchise, and it's not just limited to seasons. So hopefully in the long run, we'll be able to do a lot of characters.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great question. Give it a voucher. That was a great question. The only kid that had the
Well, first off, even though they're collectible and we go crazy for them, I appreciate that your action figures are really accessible. I'm not worried about handling them, where like if something were to go wrong, like it's $25, I can just get another one. So it's a really great line. Mega Man, Street Fighter, like really easy action figures to collect a lot of them because they don't cost that much and you get really high quality stuff. But my question is, when you were developing the line, was there a Street Fighter you personally, we all have our mains, was there a character that you did not play as that was not your favorite, but while you were working on the toy, you're like, oh, this is cool?
A lot of them, like, I've never played, honestly. But it's fun. DJ, also I never played.
Probably Vega for me.
Vega, what?
It's never really my guy, but the figures, maybe.
What's up, guys? So I'm a big fan of your Street Fighter line. I've actually been following since the Wave 1 was announced long ago. So I had a question. How do you guys balance like innovation and quality while still staying at that price point, which, as everyone knows here, is super competitive?
I think we have more freedom, like we have more room for that. So we have a lot of experience in the toy industry. Like we've only been making figures for a couple of years, but Jada's been around for over 20-25 years. So it's just a combination of experience and the ability to do what we want to do.
It's also in our company DNA as a whole. So since Jada was founded over 25 years ago, we've always had the point of view of good price value and good quality going hand in hand. So you see that across figures and vehicles.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Can you hear?
The mic doesn't work. You just, yeah.
So I'm like super late to the party. I actually just started collecting Street Fighter last Friday, and I'm now here because of how awesome that experience was. And so I think it has a lot to do with how it feels in the hands, like you were talking about. And I was just curious. That's obviously really important to you guys because, like, look, all of us are here because of your figures. What do you guys do to test that? Like what's special?
A lot of trial
What kind of testing?
Just like pulling samples from the tool and sending it over here, playing with it, like debugging it or making comments. Like a lot of rounds of revision, honestly.
I guess I'm asking, like, how do you play with it?
I don't know. Just like testing every joint to the max and seeing like if anything like breaks or if there's like tolerance issues. It's just a lot of playing with the figures, honestly, like many hours.
What's the silliest thing you do when you're playing with it?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's too early for that right now. No, you gotta see when I see Juhn in the office, he's often like he has the figure in his hand, he's like posing, like he's just like you said, he's testing the tolerances, like he's just like he's just playing, just play with it, like pose it, like test the joints, yeah.
Well, it shows, man. It really does. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Hey.
Well, I've seen a lot of Mega Man figures. Love that you're working on the enemies as well. But is there any plans for Mega Man X? Maybe Zero, Storm Eagle, Spark Mandalay?
Maybe we don't know yet.
That was it. Thanks.
Thank you.
You guys have a lot of IP partners. It's like, who's the easiest one to work with, and then which one is the most has like the most notes or kind of more particular about these little elements?
Easiest, I'll say Capcom, because they are really awesome to work with. And the hardest, I don't know, maybe that's not to say.
The last thing I'll just say, if you guys ever do a Mecha Zangief diecast, that would be pretty
Oh
awesome.
yeah.
Thank you.
Good recommendation.
Hi. I have a really silly, late great Chris Farley, do you remember question? Do you remember Battle Beasts?
Yeah.
Cool. I think you guys are doing really good. Chrome, nice and shiny.
Thank you.
I know you guys said that you're just a couple years into the action figure realm space, but it seems like a lot of your figures are way ahead of the curve when it compares to other companies that have been around for decades. What's like the secret sauce that you guys have in keeping these new figures, the articulation so ahead of figures that are released by, let's say, Mattel, Hasbro, and McFarlane? Compared to their articulation to yours, you're like years ahead. And also with the price that I know you mentioned before that you because of it's smaller, you get to do the things. You don't have to rely on, let's say, licenses to like Marvel, let's say. You keep it low, but there's still, when you even make bigger figures, you still keep it at a great price. What's like the secret sauce that, like the Scooby-Doo figure, a 4-foot figure, you can articulate that well when you compare it to, I don't want to say another figure like Hasbro that's done, it's also for it, but it's not articulate like that. What is it about you that you're so far of the curve of making action figures with just a couple years under your belt?
Just a lot of passion and a lot of work. We've been making figures for only a couple of years, but I've been collecting for a long time, so it's a lot of just like hands-on experience in general and trying to apply that to like toy making and production. So So it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I want to say appreciate, even though I'm not into, like, I kind of want to, but not into the Mega Man action figure, because if I buy one, I have to buy all of them. But the new Rush figure, I knew you said you couldn't figure out how to put him in that kind of other, like, jet mode, and you included another figure because of that. I think that goes a long way in, like, carrying fans into buying your product. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hey guys.
How's it going?
So I'm curious, did you guys get the Invincible line from popularity of the show, or were you guys just personal fans, or was like people really want this to be a good, there wants to be a good action figure line, and you was like, let's just take it out of the way, or was it different?
No, it's a combination of everything. I think it was like the perfect storm. Timing worked out. It's starting to get big. It's getting bigger every year. So I think we jumped in at the perfect time. So yeah.
And I love all your guys' work.
Thank you.
How you doing? Mikey, Figure Report.
Yeah!
If you know my brother, extra points for you guys.
Woo!
First question, you guys mentioned a lot of partners you have relationships with. WB, obviously a big one. Has Mortal Kombat ever been talked about internally or externally at Warner Brothers? How's
Yeah, I mean, we've definitely talked about it.
Okay. And is it possible, like, what, like, percentage of chance if you think like that's actually something that comes?
Well, I mean, there's already partners out there, so probably not.
And then Capcom's here. Has Resident Evil been discussed? Because that's obviously a big one.
We have discussed it.
I know that one's a tough license, but has it eased up a little bit?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, Capcom.
Yes? No?
We want Resident Evil figures.
We do!
I'll second that. Awesome. Thank you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Great question.
Yeah, great question.
I was just recently introduced to figure collecting by my boyfriend, and I'm really fascinated by articulation. And as an artist, like, I love staring at your guys' figures. I wanted to know what's the most challenging part of making like the dog figures or Scooby-Doo.
Just like range of motion, because if you break the figure up too much, it won't look good in like a neutral position. So it's just always a balance of the look and the range you can get. So it's a lot of trial and error.
Okay. And I was also interested to know if you guys would be continuing like the holiday classic.
Could be. We'll see how this one does, and if there's an audience for it, then we'll definitely explore it.
I'm hoping. Thank you.
Since Capcom's in the room, what's it going to take to get some Street Fighter compatible figures for Darkstalkers and Final Fight?
I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Wrong time.
I guess we'll see.
Thank you.
Growing up, what were your favorite figures to kind of play with and collect that got you into the figure making business? And have you had a chance to work with any of those brands yet?
I think the one that was my personal favorite were like the Playmates Turtles. We don't do Turtles figures, but we've done some Turtles licensed product, vehicles, trade sets, and little diecast figures.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, so for the first wave of Invincible figures, you mentioned not wanting to repeat things done by other companies. I was just wondering how closely you were looking at other companies to try and do things differently, and maybe what the most exciting part about doing new Invincible figures is.
It was just kind of timing too, because like we started getting deep into development during season 3, so that kind of like was like the latest and greatest, most exciting characters to look into. And because we could always go back and do characters from previous seasons, we just thought it was a good starting point.
Hey, how much do each of your personal favorite Street Fighter characters does it affect the characters we get in figure form? And I guess what are your favorite series, Street Fighter series, and why is it their strike?
Yeah, I mean, eventually, the goal from the beginning was to do everybody. So it was just a matter of doing characters we were comfortable doing at the time. And as we got better at it, we could tackle more difficult characters. Yes, Third Strike is awesome. I'm enjoying Street Fighter 6 right now.
Juhn's a big Blanco fan, so like he took his time on that one because he wanted to make sure he got it like right. So that does come into play, right?
Yeah. Personal passion, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Might be the last one.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a question, but more so maybe a recommendation. Have you ever thought about a license like, especially because you do the die cast, but also venturing into action figures, like Twisted Metal, where, you know, 112, why am I blanking on that?
Sweet Tooth.
Sweet Tooth. 112 is a Sweet Tooth, but also pair it up with his ice cream truck. Kind of could do a nice collaboration between the two. Makes sense, but you know, of course, I know you guys got to go through a lot of stuff, but just an idea I thought about it. So, like, it'd be kind of cool.
bad.
We had a line back in the day called, was it Battle Machines?
Yeah.
Like, it was a line of die-cast cars that were kind of inspired by that Mad Max Twisted Metal look. Like, they'll take like a Chevy Camaro and add like spikes to it and like that kind of, like, looks like a fighter jet or something. Like, we've done stuff similar, but I like Twisted Metal. Like, that sounds like a cool idea.
License, because there's some characters that are very toyetic.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the die-cast side, I mean, you can do a lot of photography. Now, there's a lot of photographers out here that can definitely do some stuff.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's why that's
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
All right, last question.
What's up?
Hey.
What's up?
I saw you guys were partnered with Nintendo. Is there any merch coming out with Nintendo? It's coming out soon, or?
Merch with Nintendo?
Yeah.
Not planned at the moment.
Nothing yet?
Yeah.
No diecast with like the Kirby in the car?
Can't say directly.
Got me. Alright. When's that initial D figure coming out too? 86.
That one should be later this year.
Later this
Q4.
year?
Yeah. Almost done.
Almost done?
All right, I think that's it for black and white shirt. All right, you get an Entertainment Earth Toy Shiz gift card. Congratulations. Thanks everyone for coming out. If you missed out on the gift cards, Entertainment Earth is going to have some social activity on their end, so between them and Toy Shiz, so they'll be giving away some more prizes. So make sure to follow them. Thanks for coming out. Bye, guys.